All right, welcome back. We continue right here with Pittsburgh CW. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call Bordas and Bordas Hotline. Bob and Gene with you. A lot of tweets coming in. Gene, I'm going to read some of these to you and get your response. Woody says, Dan Hurley is selfish. He never wanted the Pitt job. He wants to use it as leverage. Suspect character. I don't want him. Wouldn't you play it the same way, though? I mean, that's what happens when you're in demand. You can do whatever you want and create leverage.
Had Hurley taken that job without any hesitation, everybody'd love him.
True. MW on Twitter says, people better watch out what they wish for. Tomlin, look at Pitt and Jamie Dixon. Love Tomlin. Yeah, he has flaws, but he's a great coach. And I agree with that. I think every coach has issues you can take up with. And then Mark DiStefano says, Bob and Gene, Troy and Hines both coming out with a new football league, the Alliance League. Thinks it has a chance or not? I say no. I don't think any of this. These are going to be players who are released, you know, from NFL jobs, cut. You know, future bartenders of America. Now they have another place to go. The USFL did not last, what, 1 year?
1 year, right.
XFL, how long? No, XFL was 1 year. USFL was
No, that's right. I guess the USFL was a couple of years.
Couple years. I remember the Maulers, and they had a big crowd.
I was Mahler's backup. You know, I was the backup beat writer for the Maulers.
Is that right?
To Ed Bouchette in 1984. We had a great time. Yeah.
How long did it last? I forget how many years. But the XFL
the Maulers were here
1
only
year.
1 year.
Yeah, but the league itself went a few years anyway.
Yeah.
But do you think this one has a chance?
No, I mean, for the same. I don't think it does. I mean, it's well assembled, and it's got some powerful people behind it, and it's going to have a good TV contract from what I hear, but it's going to suffer for the same reason that the NFL suffers. The game is so overexposed. The NFL's on 3 nights a week. This is whenever this is going to be. I mean, you can only watch so much football.
Yes, but what they're trying to capitalize on is, you know, no football after the Super Bowl. And there goes a period of 6 months where you don't have any, and that's when that league will play. So they're banking on people who want football and are not getting their dose of football will watch this.
People want football after the Super Bowl.
Bettors do. They want anything, but then that's a whole different. That's a whole different subject. Let's go to Ed in Monroeville. Ed, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thanks, guys. Doing good. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
2 quick things that I wanted to ask you about. What do you think the potential is of the Steelers maybe using Martavis Bryant to move up in the draft? And I also heard something about Sean Miller potentially being on a list of candidates for Pitt's job, and he denied it. But would Pitt seriously want to bring in somebody like Sean Miller at this point from what's happened with the whole FBI thing?
No, I think the answer would be no. And I think if they had a conversation, which was reported today, that Heather Lyke probably said, look, we'd like to, but we can't go in this direction. So therefore, Miller came right out on a Twitter feed in Arizona and said, I'm not a candidate. To me, that sounds like he was told, we'd like you, but we can't bring you in under these conditions.
I mean, they were trying to do some vetting there, and you know, Sean, I don't think could make any kind of guarantee that he's even eligible to coach at this time next year. So, we'll
let's squeeze in Tony before we go to a break. Hey, Tony, how are you today?
Good, Bob. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, the one thing I'm excited about for Pittsburgh is that new assistant coach, Tom
Bradley.
Yeah. I think that's a big addition, you know, for what he brings. So with that being said, I think we got to get a defensive player who is a leader.
Well, they have leaders on that team. Thanks, Tony, for the call. We're up against it, Gene. I think leadership is not guys like Cam Hayward on defense who step up and is a leader. They have Joe Hayden, who's a leader. On offense, they have leaders everywhere I look at.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they're lacking. They're lacking talent on defense, and they're going to address that in the draft.
That's it. All right, we're due for a break. We'll take it. Come back with more 7 nights a week right here at Pittsburgh CW.